RLCS fall major predictions. I'm just going to quickly show you how to make your own bracket. So you're going to want to go to Adam Core on Twitter, Adam Core RL on Twitter. Click this link here. It's going to bring up this table here. You can go over to Rotterdam Fall Major. Just click on this here. I'm just going to bring this up. You're going to just quickly click on make a copy, rename it to whatever you want, and then you can get going. Just going to bring this screen up here, and then you can fill in the games accordingly. So, round one, K-Core, James Cheese. Really, unfortunately, I don't see this one being close at all. K-Core is way too dominant for James Cheese. Genji Power, kind of the same thing. I've been a huge Power fan for a long time, but unfortunately it's the two-headed, three-headed dragon that is Genji. FaZe Moist. If you had given me this matchup last season, it would have been a little bit differently, but FaZe is just a little bit more dominant than Moist is right now. Unfortunately, Moist, I just don't think they found their groove yet for this season, and that's going to carry over to this major, unfortunately. Yeah, I wish I had a different answer for that. Club and Pioneers, kind of the same thing. Club is just dominating South America right now, and Pioneers have been struggling as of late in OCE, so just going to give that one to the Club pretty easily. Liquid and Secret is kind of the same thing. Liquid just coming off the regional that they won in the EU, and then Secret has been struggling a little bit in South America. Not entirely. They qualified, but they're just not at the same level as Liquid, in my opinion. Version 1 Quadrant. This is the first of, I think, 3 coin flip series in the first round, but I'm just going to give the slight nod to version 1 in this one. And then Oxygen G2, I'm going to give to G2 just because I think experience from all 3 of them being at a major, whereas Oxygen only has 2/3 of them that have ever gone to a major. Oli having never been to a major before, so just going to have to see how he does there. And Space Station Falcons is another one, another coin flip, but I'm just going to give the slightest nod to Falcons in that one. Okay, round 2, K-Core, G2. This is, it's going to be a tight one for sure. Experience on both sides, but a little bit more experience on G2 side versus how consistent G2 or K-Core has been recently. So I'm just going to give this one to K-Core. Genji Falcons. This is where Genji kind of struggles early in Swiss, but when the pressure's on, they kind of find their groove. I think Chronic's just going to have to get settled in a little bit, and I think later on in the tournament, Genji will be fine. But just going to give that early nod to Falcons there. FaZe Clan version 1. I really want this one to be closer than it's going to be, but going to give it to FaZe 3-1. And then the Club and Team Liquid. It's going to be really close as well, but I think I'm just going to give the slightest nod to Team Liquid there. Oxygen, James Cheese. I really want James Cheese to do well. I just don't see them catching a groove super early in this. I just think Oxygen's going to come out flying. Space Station Power. Again, huge Power fan, but I don't really see that one being super close. Quadrant Moist. Again, I just don't see that one being super close either, unfortunately. Secret Pioneers. This is another one that I've been giving to Secret in all my previous brackets that I've made, but I think this one, I'm going to give the nod to Secret here, or Pioneers here. Just one game over Secret. I think they'll be able to catch a quick groove and pick it up in round 2. Round 3, K-Core Falcons. This is going to be a really, really, really good series. But I think I'm gonna have to give the slightest nod to Falcons here. Um, don't worry, K-Core is not gonna be out anytime soon after that loss. And then FaZe Clan, Team Liquid, I'm just gonna have to give that one to FaZe pretty simply. I think Liquid's gonna play pretty risky there, and FaZe is just gonna shut it down. Okay, round three mid, Club and Quadrant. It's gonna be a really close one for sure, but I'm gonna have to give it to the Club. Genji Pioneers. I don't see it being super close. I don't see it being a blowout either, so 3-1. Phew, G2 Space Station and round three mid. Wow, okay. G2 Space Station, gonna have to give that one to G2, and this one to version 1. Oops. All right. Secret James Cheese. See, this one I think James Cheese could potentially maybe upset if they were ever going to, but I don't think they're going to. So 3-1 and 3-1. Again, I really wanted Power to have a better major, but when you draw, you know, phase, or when you draw Genji, Quadrant, Power, or frig, I'm lost. When you draw Genji, Space Station, Moist, it's not the easiest of runs for you. K-Core version 1. Wow, okay. I'm gonna do round 4 low first, I think, actually. Because I think it might be easier to predict right now. So round 4 low, I'm gonna do Oxygen, Moist. Unfortunately, I'm gonna give that one to Oxygen. Space Station Secret. I'm gonna give the slightest nod to Space Station, although Space Station does kind of have a real good advantage there. Quadrant Pioneers gonna have to give that one to Quadrant as well. A couple 3-1s in round 4 low, because round 4 high is a different story. Round 4 high, K-Core version 1. Gonna give it to K-Core slightly. Here I'm gonna give it to G2 slightly, and here I'm gonna give it to Genji. So that leaves the Club and Oxygen, Liquid and Quadrant, version 1, and Space Station. Wow, okay. I think I'm gonna have to go. Alright, Sumi, I'm going Club over Oxygen, Liquid over Quadrant, version 1 over G2. Easy. Boom. So, top 8, FaZe Clan Falcons 3-0, K-Core Genji G2 3-1, Liquid Club version 1 3-2, which makes playoffs look like this. Quarterfinals, now we're on best of 7. So, in pretty much every single bracket I've made, I think this has been the matchup, and this has been a matchup. So this one I've been giving it kind of a lot of thought, and I think that's what it is. Genji, G2. See, this one is going to be an absolute coin flip, and whoever wins this one, I think I'll root for the rest of the tournament. But I think Genji is going to get the slightest win there. And then I think Falcons version 1. Falcons, K-Core Team Liquid, I think Liquid, when they won the grand finals over K-Core in the last regional, I think it was, I think Liquid played really, really well. I think they played their ceiling, and I don't think K-Core played as well as they could. So, sue me, that's what I'm doing. FaZe Clan, Genji, it's going to be really close, but I think Genji pulls off a 4-2 here. And then I think K Corp uh, actually does not make it to the grand finals, and I think Genji makes it to the finals over Falcons in a best of seven because Chronic is going to score at 4:20 of overtime in Game 7 again, and Genji is going to hoist the Rotterdam Major as an NA team from EU playing in EU again over Team Falcons. So hopefully this is all wrong so you guys can laugh at me, but these are my predictions and that's what I'm going with. So anyways, hopefully this is all wrong and hopefully I still win the bracket tournament, but hopefully this was helpful somewhat. I don't know.